Hi love, welcome to my non-dual alchemy lab, and today we're bringing some peace into messy lives. So when you feel that your life is a mess, and it's mess in many ways and it's all kind of tangled, then one way to look at it is to think about a jumble of wires, messy wires that you need to untangle. Now, when you need to untangle some wires, you start with one end and you start going slowly through the loops. And then you pull it out and the next loop, under something, over something. You lay it out, you observe it, you take it step by step, one loop at a time. Then at one point, you get a little bit longer thread of loose wire or something. Okay, then you're like, oh, I got that loose. That's great. Then you go on and there's another little mess you have to untangle, and then you go through those loops again. Until at one point, it's all one straight wire and you're like, it's untangled, it's not a mess anymore, it's clear, it feels great. You've all had this experience of untangling a jumble of wires, and if it's done, it feels like, what a relief. And it's the same way with your life. When you get to that point, it's, what a relief. Now, the next thing we sometimes do is that, like, let's imagine it's our headphones or something like that, and we put them in the bottom of the bag, okay? And we forget them there for a day. It's just for a day, it's enough. Sometimes we forget them there for 2 days, for 3 days. And when we return to take them out, it's a mess again. And we have to start all over. Now, what does it tell us about our lives? It tells us that the only way to untangle a messy life is to take the responsibility and start from one end. Just start with one practice, something very small, very little, one breath at a time, one task at a time, one day, one moment at a time. Lay your life out. You can write it down, different areas, you can make a map. Just observe it and decide, where am I going to start? What is the area that is the easiest for me to start from? Not the most important, maybe. You don't have to start with the most important thing. Just see what is the easiest. You will find one loose end and you will start from there, one breath at a time. And it's such a relief to know that you can only do it one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time, one task at a time. You don't have to concentrate on the whole thing all the time. You don't have to get tangled inside it. You can observe it and go slowly, one thing at a time, one breath at a time, one person at a time, one support system at a time, one practice at a time. And then you know that when you feel that relief, the first relief, yes, and next mess is right there. You go, oh, here I have to go through the loop again. I have to pull it out, I have to take it under. And that's natural. That's natural. That's how we untangle everything. That's how we untangle the tensions in our body and the tensions in our lives. So you're doing great. Just start, find support and go slowly. And take responsibility to not expect anything or any method or any practice or anyone to be the miraculous kind of solution, like boom, it's done. It's you. You are as powerful as anyone else. And we are all responsible of taking the responsibility of our own lives, and you are capable, and you just need some little calmness and little willingness, and you bring in the non-dual perspective of non-judgment, and it will become even easier. What does it mean? It means that you don't have to judge your life. You don't have to say, it can be a mess. Yeah, a tangle of wires. That's a mess. That's just objectively, it's a mess. But you don't have to say that there's anything wrong with it, that it's bad, that it's awful, that it's complicated, that it's difficult. No, it's just a mess, and you are the one who can start to untangle it. Make it a flowing river. Find the relief, and then go on, and find the next relief, and then go on. Small, simple steps, one breath at a time. I hope it helped you, and you can subscribe. You can visit my webpage, see about the journal posts there or free meditation sessions, and I'll see you soon.